पंकज मित्तल हूँ, इस समय सेक्रेटरी जनरल एसोसिएशन ऑफ इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटीज़। एसोसिएशन ऑफ इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ एक एसोसिएशन है जिसमें आज की तारीख में करीब 810 यूनिवर्सिटीज़, इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ मेंबर्स है, जिसमें करीब 16-17 फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ भी हैं। We are dealing with the entire higher education system of the country, which consists of something like 3.7 crore students, 15 lakh teachers, and around 1,000 universities and 40,000 colleges. My whole life has been in education because prior to joining AIU, I was with the University Grants Commission in various positions, starting from education officer till additional secretary. And I was also the vice chancellor of a women university in Haryana called Bhagat Phool Singh Mahila Vishwavidyalaya for 2 terms, that is 6 years from 2008 to 2014. So therefore, whole my life has been spent in education, rather higher education. When you talk about the national education policy, I feel that the national education policy is a very, very forward-looking, democratic, student-centric policy which has a lot of capacity to transform the Indian higher education system. When I say democratic, it is democratic because when the policy was being formulated, the opinions and suggestions were taken from more than 2 lakh people. And minded, these 2 lakh people were not only the students or teachers in the university or the higher education system, they were from a कॉमन मैन. इसीलिए इसको ये भी बोलते हैं कि ये जनता की पॉलिसी है, क्योंकि जनता से डिस्कस करके इस पॉलिसी को बनाया गया. करीब 2.5 लाख लोग जो पंचायत लेवल से लेके टॉप ब्यूरोक्रेट्स तक सबसे विचार विमर्श करके इस पॉलिसी को बनाया गया. तो जनता की डेमोक्रेटिक पॉलिसी है, स्टूडेंट सेंट्रिक पॉलिसी है, क्योंकि इस पॉलिसी में स्टूडेंट्स को सबसे ज़्यादा महत्व दी गई है. आप समझ ही सकते हैं कि हमारे जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उन्हीं की वजह से टीचर्स हैं, उन्हीं की वजह से कॉलेजेस हैं, उन्हीं की वजह से यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं. इसीलिए ये स्टूडेंट सेंट्रिक पॉलिसी है जहाँ पे स्टूडेंट इज़ ऑलमोस्ट ट्रीटेड लाइक ए किंग. Student is getting the freedom of speech, student is getting the freedom of choosing a subject, student is getting the freedom of choosing a discipline, student is getting the freedom of choosing a university, rather multiple universities within a particular program. And then the biggest of all is the student is getting the freedom of speed, the speed with which he wants to study. So much of freedom to the student and so much of openness and so much of transparency has never been found in any policy. The future of Indian higher education is, I will say, very, very bright, especially after this national education policy, which I was saying is a very, very innovative policy with a lot of freedom to the student. The future is bright because now the student will be able to learn in a creative manner, because now the focus will not be on rote learning, the focus will be on creativity, on the arising the curiosity of the student, on application oriented study, on problem solving techniques. So like this, the whole scenario of higher education is going to change, because the method of teaching is going to change, because the curriculum is going to change. In the curriculum in future, it will not be the age-old curriculum, it will be a dynamic curriculum which will be changing every now and then. There will be a lot of training emphasis on the teachers, because till now it was felt that the teachers, once he or she becomes a teacher, there is no need to train them. But now a constant training of the teachers will be there. A lot of technology will be used for teaching processes also. The future will not be only face-to-face or only online. Future will be a blended mode of education. And the biggest thing is that in policy, a lot of emphasis has been given to internationalization of higher education. So far, internationalization of higher education was not that much promoted, but with the entry of something like 100 top foreign universities into India on the Indian soil, they can establish campuses on Indian soil. The permission to the Indian universities to go abroad and set up campuses abroad. The permission to count foreign credits within the Indian system. The permission to open international offices all over the universities. All these things are going to contribute a lot in promoting Indian higher education abroad, as well as in increasing the quality of the Indian higher education. So I feel the future of Indian higher education is very, very bright, not only in India but also globally. Currently, the Indian higher education system is into sort of, I should say that it is compartmentalized into various areas. For example, today if I am doing BSc Physics Honours and I want to learn music or dance, I cannot choose it as a subject because there is too much of compartmentalization, and within physics I have to learn that subject only. Again, then there is no possibility of say multiple entry and exit. Suppose today I have to leave the job, leave the course or any academic program in between, I don't get any degree or any certificate or any diploma. But in the new policy, we are thinking of having a multiple entry and exit. That means if you leave in between because of any reason, it could be girls could be married, therefore they are leaving the program in between, maybe the boys are having some financial problem, family problem, health problem. So now they will be getting something like after first year they will get certificate, after 2 years they will get a diploma, and after 3 years they will get a degree. So they can come back to the higher education system whenever they feel like. They can get jobs on the basis of diplomas and certificates which they are getting. So the current system and the new system is going to be a totally different scenario, and especially the ABC, that is the Academic Bank of Credit, which will be a bank like a commercial bank in which the credits are deposited. So that will be such a revolutionary step which even the foreign countries are looking at us, that what is this ABC, Academic Bank of Credit, where the students can deposit their credits and then they can redeem it for a degree at any point of time, and then they have the freedom to learn anything. They can pursue their passion, they can pursue their interest. It's not that they will be fixed, compartmentalized into a particular area. And again, the emphasis is also on a lot of use of technology as well as advanced fields like AI, Internet of Things, robotics. All these areas will be getting a lot of importance in the new higher education policy. Technology was used extensively by foreign universities, but when this COVID struck India and all the universities and colleges were closed and the students were forced to sit home, everybody was at his wits end कि करें क्या, कैसे बच्चों को पढ़ाएं, and there the technology came to rescue. इससे पहले भी इंडिया का इंडियन गवर्नमेंट का खुद का एक प्लेटफॉर्म है स्वयं करके, जहाँ पे इंडिया मूक्स प्लेटफॉर्म उसको बोलते हैं, जहाँ पे मूक्स कोर्सेज है. पर when I was in UGC we were trying to promote this MOOCs platform a lot, पर उतना ज़्यादा पिकअप नहीं हो रहा था. पर जैसे ये कोविड आया तो हमने देखा कि सभी यूनिवर्सिटीज़, ऑलमोस्ट सभी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ एंड कॉलेजेस, दे शिफ्टेड टू ऑनलाइन टीचिंग, एंड दैट टू वेरी फास्ट. I mean, we were thinking our teachers are not trained to teach online, but overnight जिस तरीके से टीचर्स ने अपने आप को प्रिपेयर किया ऑनलाइन टीचिंग के लिए, दैट वाज कमेंडेबल. सो टेक्नोलॉजी अगर नहीं होती, इंटरनेट नहीं होता और इतनी बैंडविड्थ और इस तरह के प्लेटफॉर्म्स नहीं अवेलेबल होते, तो मुझे लगता है ये जो कोविड का पीरियड है, जो शटडाउन का पीरियड है जिसमें यूनिवर्सिटीज़ एंड कॉलेजेस बंद रहे, उसको हम इतना रिसोर्सफुली यूज़ नहीं कर पाते, उसको इतने अच्छे तरीके से यूज़ नहीं कर पाते कि बच्चों की पढ़ाई भी सफ़र ना करें और किसी का साल भी वेस्ट ना हो. तो वो सब कुछ हमारे को टेक्नोलॉजी के हेल्प से मिला, और जब टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ करना शुरू कर दिया तो तब पता चला कि उसके फ़ायदे कितने हैं. उसके फ़ायदे इतने भी हैं कि आप नॉट ओनली इंडियन प्रोफेसर्स, इवन फॉरेन प्रोफेसर से बच्चों को पढ़ा सकते हैं. इतना सारा ओपन एजुकेशन रिसोर्स है जिसको फ्लिप्ड क्लासरूम मॉडल से बच्चों को पढ़ा सकते हैं. अगर आपका IIT में एडमिशन नहीं हुआ तो आपको चिंता करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. IIT के प्रोफेसर आपके घर पे आपके कन्वीनियंट टाइम पे आपको पढ़ाएंगे आपके लैपटॉप पे. तो इस तरह की फैसिलिटी पहले एग्जिस्ट करती थी, पर कोविड के बाद जिस तरह से टेक्नोलॉजी का इस्तेमाल हुआ है, मुझे लगता है दैट विल अगेन ट्रांसफॉर्म द इंडियन हायर एजुकेशन लैंडस्केप, एंड इट विल मूव फ्रॉम फेस टू ब्लेंडेड अप्रोच, जिसमें बोथ ऑनलाइन एज वेल एज फेस टू फेस टीचिंग का समावेश किया जाएगा. I would like to congratulate the Federation of Indian Publishers कि उन्होंने डेली बुक फेयर को कैंसिल नहीं किया, पर उसको वर्चुअल मोड में लाने की कोशिश की, क्योंकि बहुत सारे इवेंट्स, बहुत सारे बुक फेयर्स कैंसिल भी हो रहे हैं जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस कोविड पैंडेमिक, और जितने शटडाउन्स हैं क्योंकि इतने सारे लोगों को नहीं बुला सकते हैं. तो इट इज़ ए वेरी वेरी गुड थिंग कि डेली द फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडियन पब्लिशर्स इसको वर्चुअल मोड में लेके आए और डेली बुक फेयर अब वर्चुअल हो गया है. तो इससे फ़ायदा हमें ये होगा कि जो बुक फेयर मोस्टली डेली और NCR के लोग जाया करते थे, वो बुक फेयर नॉट ओनली नेशनल, मतलब पूरे देश के लोग उसको देख पाएंगे, उससे किताबें खरीद पाएंगे, उस पर देख पाएंगे किस तरह के नए नए पब्लिशर्स आ रहे हैं, किस तरह के नए नए ऑथर्स आ रहे हैं, किस तरह की नई नई किताबें आ रही हैं, इवन करिकुलम और फिक्शन और नॉन फिक्शन. बट नॉट ओनली इंडिया बट इवन अब्रॉड, मतलब इट इज़ नाउ बिकमिंग सॉर्ट ऑफ एन इंटरनेशनल बुक फेयर. So Delhi Book Fair becoming international just by becoming virtual, and जो प्रगति platform use हो रहा है, that is a very very good platform on which the Delhi Book Fair is being launched. So I congratulate the Federation of Indian Publishers as well as the authors for going virtual this year and increasing their reach. I will strongly appeal to all the students, teachers and staff of all our universities and colleges to attend Delhi Book Fair, because this time you don't have to spend time to go there, you don't have to spend money to go there. It is total virtual. At any time you can go and visit the book fair and purchase the books of your choice. So it is something which is coming within the reach of everybody in the whole country. So my appeal to all the students and teachers particularly will be that they must go to the virtual book fair, which is the Delhi Book Fair, and all the vice chancellors who are my fellow colleagues, they are requested to encourage their university faculty as well as the students to attend the book fair. And I will also appeal to Delhi Book Fair Organizing Committee that you please increase the reach of the book fair. Everybody should be knowing, because many a times our things do not reach people because they don't know about it. So use social media. Social media is a very very powerful media right now. So use social media, increase your reach, tell everybody that yes, this book fair is coming up and what all it holds for them, and appeal to the teachers to go, students to go, and appeal to the publishers to do come and participate in the Delhi Book Fair. My best wishes to Delhi Book Fair. Thank you very much.